Alright guys, so we are moving on to section 2 today. And today is about point slope form, okay? So the past couple of days we've done slope intercept, where I needed the slope and I needed the y-intercept to write my form, correct? My equation. Today is point slope form. So what two things do you think we need?
Point and slope.
A point and a slope, okay? Do I need the y-intercept?
No.
No. Do I have to solve for b anymore?
No.
No. Look at that. All I need is a point, which is your x1, y1, and you need your m, which is your slope. Okay? Look, the pieces that are in black. Look at the TV. The pieces that are in black will always be there. Okay? They will always be there. The red, you will change out with the x, y values of your point, and the blue will get changed out for a slope. Sometimes I give you the slope. Sometimes, like towards the end of yesterday, you have to find your slope, right? The change in y divided by the change in x. Okay? So it depends on what we give you. But what we do not need anymore, or for this form of a line, is your b value. So we have two different forms of lines that we have learned about. Okay? You do not have to memorize those equations. The state will give them to you. Okay, so there's going to be a reference sheet. When you take your test, when you take your state test, you'll be able to click for the reference sheet, and all of the equations are there. I have a sample of the reference sheet that I can definitely let you look at. Okay, but these are on there, so you don't have to memorize them. Okay, you will need to know how to find slope. That's on you. But the equations of the lines are there. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples. Okay, everything on the front. Look, I have a point and I have a slope. So we're literally just putting them into the equation. You ready?
Yeah.
And then I can distribute and multiply to get y by itself.
So the y
Okay?
will be 1.
The y is there now.
The y
Yes.
will be 1.
So remember, what's in black will always be there. Okay? So I'm going to have y minus minus 1, good, is going to equal,
2.
there you go, my slope is 2.
Am I the only one doing this?
Yes, you are. X minus, what's my x?
Can y'all be quiet? I'm trying to work.
They just won't get a stamp. I don't care. They just won't get a stamp. I don't care.
Yeah, guys.
Minus what? Minus 4. There you go. I think you said that first. Okay? So the 4 and the 1 are the x and the y, and the 2 that they gave me is the slope.
So we're going to replace the x with 4?
Yep. So now what we have to do is we're going to actually add, subtract, multiply, and we're going to write it into y equals mx plus b. Okay? So I don't have to find b. I'm just going to simplify what I have and get the equation that I need. What's up?
Is this going to be a whole lot of stuff?
I guess you're going to have to wait and find out. Okay, so the first step we're going to have to do, you will always distribute your m first. So I'm going to write this on the side. Okay, so after, I'm going to say step 1, I'm going to say set up equation. Does that make sense? Step 1, set up the equation, which is what we just did. Okay, this was step 1. Step 2, you're going to distribute. What does that mean, distribute? What operation is distribution? Is it add, subtract, multiply, or divide?
Subtract.
It's divided.
It's divided.
Yeah, exactly.
It is multiplying.
I said that in my head.
Multiply m to the x minus x1. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. So my m, from this case, is my 2. To distribute that to both pieces means to multiply it to both pieces. Okay, so now I have y minus 1 equals 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. We good? Does that make sense?
Okay, you got to multiply.
Yeah. And then our third step, and it's actually our last step. Okay? Go outside, yeah. Okay. So in this case, we're going to add it, but we might sometimes we'll have to subtract. So I'm gonna say add or subtract y over to
So it'll be,
the other side.
it could be add 1.
Yeah, this one's gonna be an add 1. So I'm gonna add. Am I gonna add 1 to the 2 or add 1 to the negative 8?
The negative 8.
Good.
Yeah. So it's gonna be negative 7.
Y equals
Yeah, negative
2x minus 7.
7. Yeah, minus 7.
There we go. So whoever asked me about the mini steps, technically there's only 3 steps. Okay? Set it up, multiply by your slope, move your y over, the end. Alright? He's trying to do math,
Yeah. Yeah.
so you're going to leave him alone.
Right, you come here, doing this not for your concentrate, buddy.
Yeah.
You're darker than me. You're darker than me.
Alright, our second one. We have the point 2, 4, and we have a slope of 1/2. So remember, 2, 4 is the point. Here's my x and my y. And my 1/2 is going to be my m. Okay. So looking at the equation of, because I have a point, I have a slope, let's use point slope, which this formula will be given to you. Okay. So here we go. We're going to have y minus, what's first?
2. Oh, 1.
4.
You're not smart.
So look, the y's stay together and the x's stay together. Okay, so y minus the y point, x minus the x point. Okay, so y minus 4, this is going to be equal to 1/2. There we go. Remember, the black is always there. X minus, and then 2. Good. Yeah, so what I'm writing in black will always be there. The red you'll put in, and the blue you'll put in. Okay, so step 1 was set it up, which I did. What did step 2 say? I'll bring it back up here. There we go. What is step 2?
Distribute, multiply, and to
Okay, we're going to distribute my slope, which means to multiply the m to the x and the x. It's called x sub 1. So it's the actual point that they gave you. Okay, so when I distribute, what is 1/2 times x?
1/2 x.
Yep. What is 1/2 times negative 2? Negative 1.
Yeah. I said that.
All right, and what is step 3?
Distribute.
What does step 3 say?
Plus or minus y over to the other side.
Add or
Add
subtract.
or subtract.
There we go.
Add. You
This
gonna
time.
add.
There
You
we
gonna
go.
add.
I'm going to add 4 to what?
To the 1, the negative 1. You can get 3.
So my equation is y equals.
3.
Hold on, what's before that though?
Oh, half x. 1/2 x.
There you go, and then plus
Plus 3.
3.
It's a whole
All right.
He said next year I'm going to try to
Let's do it.
So there's number 2.
I read it.
Ready for the third one? No. Still writing this down?
Minus.
Number 3 gives me the point, negative 6 zeros. So what values did that just give me?
Minus 0. So, minus
So that's my x1 and my y1, right?
1. Yeah,
Okay.
minus 0.
So my first piece is minus 0, and what's in my parentheses?
Oh, 6.
Hold on,
It's
hold
2 over
on.
3, 2 over 3.
I'm getting too far. Yes.
Yeah.
Next is going to be my slope, which is 2/3. Okay. And it's x minus
6.
negative 6. Hold on. It's minus negative 6.
You can just put 6.
So it becomes, good, so it becomes a positive 6, right? Because it's minus negative 6.
Another negative, like
You can't add a negative
you
plus
can't add
negative.
The minus is always there, so if you bring in another negative sign with it, it's going to change it to a plus sign. Good question. Yep. So negative negative 6 changes this to a positive 6. All right. Step 1 was set it up. I did that. What is step 2?
Distribute.
Distribute
Okay.
M to X and
Distribute.
So what is that?
2 over 3 times S and then times 6.
All right. So y minus 0 is 2/3
Okay.
x. And what's 2/3 times 6? Hold on. What's 2 times 6? Don't say it.
12 over 3. It could be 12 over 3.
There you go. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. What's our last step? What was our third step?
Oh, add. You gotta add it.
What am I going to add?
Add 0. So
Oh, that's nice.
it's gonna be 12, right?
What?
12 equals 12.
What?
12 equals 2 over 3.
Baby, there's no 12.
Oh, y.
Yep.
Y equals 2 over 3. Plus 4.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
There we go.
My brain was lagging.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ready for number 4?
yes, man.
No? All right. Tell me how to set it up.
Y minus.
Y minus
equal
1.
sign.
Y minus negative. Wait, y minus 8.
Minus. Hold on.
It's gonna be plus 8. Plus 8.
You put
Remember, this is the x
plus 8.
and this is the y.
Plus 1.
Oh,
Plus
negative.
1.
Because we brought in another negative. Minus negative 1. There you go.
Equals negative 3/4. Parentheses X plus 8.
What did you do it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Hey, be quiet. Come on with it.
All right, what's in my parentheses?
Plus 8.
Plus 8. Good. There you go. So remember, when you bring in a negative, and you already have the negative there, negative, negative gives you a positive. So this becomes x plus 1 equals negative 3/4 times x plus 8. All right, we're doing great. Tell me what to do now.
Oh, then you go to add 1.
Not yet. No.
What is that, bro?
Step 1 was set it up. What is step 2?
Distribute. Negative 3/4 times S and then times 8. It's gonna be 24 over 4. No, yeah, 24 over 4. Right?
Yeah, so it becomes negative 24
Negative 24.
divided by 4, which equals what?
Negative 24 over 4. Wait.
Yeah, what is that though? So negative 3 times 8 is negative 24, and then divided by 4 gives me
Oh,
6.
negative 6.
6 over 4 is 24.
Negative 3 times 8 gave me negative 24. And then we did negative 24 divided by 4. That's what happened. And that's where our negative 6 came from. All right, what's my third step? What's my third step? Yep, subtract the 1 this time. I'm going to subtract it from what? From my negative 6. Good. Negative 3/4 x, and then this is now what?
7. Oh, negative 5.
No, you were right. You were right, negative 7.
The different signs and stuff in this.
All right.
He said that. He said that.
Nah, Lily, your mom. You can't see nothing else. You can't see no
Just gonna slide that up a little bit.
What did I say?
I need some water, please.
Yes.
He said, I ain't do that, bro.
Alright, I have been given the point for negative 3, and I have been given the slope of negative 1. So what am I going to put first? Y minus what?
Negative 3, no, plus
Why
3.
plus now?
Good. Y minus negative 3. Yes. Which gives me y plus 3. Good. Equals negative 1. Yep, that's where my slope is going to go. Good. And then we're going to end our equation with x minus 4.
What you're gonna want to do is. What do you mean exactly?
No, we're doing the whole thing. Hmm? It's not that much. I promise. We got this. Okay. Step 1 was set up. Where's my steps? Here they are. What's step 2?
Distribute.
All right. So what am I going to distribute? Number 5.
Negative 1x to negative 1/4.
Negative 1 to x and negative 1 to negative 4. So we're getting y plus 3 equals negative 1x and then plus 4. Do I have to write negative 1x?
Yeah, no.
What could that be?
Negative x.
It could just be negative x. Okay? Both are correct. The state of Florida is going to like that one better.
Which one?
Not writing the 1, just putting negative x.
Would you still get the same answer?
You will get the same answer. Yep. But the way they're going to want you to write the answer, they're not going to want the 1 there. Yeah. Yes. Excuse me. What's my third step?
You want to add or subtract? Subtract.
Okay. So this time we're subtracting, and what are we
3
subtracting?
minus 4.
We're subtracting the 3
The 4 minus 3.
from my 4.
It's going to be 1. No, x
Negative x
plus 1. Yeah.
plus 1. There you go. Y'all are doing great. Good job.
Shizzo. That's easy. You taking a test on this? No.
Probably do a quiz next week.
Yes. It's so easy. Oh, hey,
4-2, which is what we're doing now. It has 3 different sections to it. So we're doing one. We're doing one today, tomorrow, Friday, and then we'll do some practice stuff. Yesterday we did that online practice, that worksheet.
Well, I need to do that online.
If you weren't here yesterday, you need to do it. If you weren't here, do it online. If you weren't here, you're fine.
Well, I did it on paper.
That's fine. What's up, Torian?
No, that's a negative 4. Negative times negative.
What's up, Torian?
Minus 4 plus
Why did you put a positive 3 instead of negative?
Because I had to plug in a negative 3, so it was y minus negative 3. So minus negative turned that into a positive.
Wait. Oh, yeah. I know how to do that one.
Yeah, that y minus is always there.
Y plus 9.
Okay? The x minus is always there. So again, what's in black right now is always in your equation. That is always there. Okay? I would write that down every time before you do anything else. And then plug in the stuff that you have. Alright, Leland. Tell you what to do.
Y plus 9 equals 4, and then the 8 minus 3.
There you go. Good. Good. Alright, we got the setup. Now I need to distribute. Tell me what to do. 4 times x and 4 times 0. Good. Does y plus 9 change? No. 4 times x is
4 times x,
4x. But what is 4 times negative 0? 0, right? Do I need to write plus 0? No, but could I?
Yeah.
If you want to. You can. You don't have to, though.
But when do you minus 0?
Technically. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because 0 is 0. What do I do from here?
subtract 9
Minus 9.
There you go.
from the 0.
Yep.
So they're going to be negative 9.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like putting the 0 there, because it shows me like where to take 9 away from. So it's 4x, and now that's minus 9.
God, we're doing good.
I know.
Whoa, someone now tripping.
All right. So we were nice on the front, right? I gave you a point and I gave you slope. On the back, if you look at your problems, I only give you 2 points. Okay? But could you use those to find your slope? Yes, you can do that. Go back up. Okay, I'll give you a second. Okay, on the back, we are only given 2 points, but we can find the slope because remember, slope is how they change. Okay, how did my first point, Tyson, Chase, how did my first point turn into my second point? Okay, there is a formula. Shh, y'all, stay with me, please. There is a slope formula. Okay, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That is the slope formula. This represents the change in y divided by the change in x. Okay? This gives you m. Okay? This gives us m. Okay? Once you find it, then we do exactly what we did on the front. Okay? Once I find m, then I can plug it in, and then plug it in with my points, and rewrite it as slope-intercept form, and then our 3 steps from the front. Okay?
Wait.
So on the back, we're going to have to do everything we just did, and you were excellent at it. We're just going to have to find slope first.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so we're doing like a little pre-step. We have to find slope. Okay? So on the back, we're going to have to find slope first. And then we're going to do the same steps from the front of our page. Okay? Set up our equation. Step 2. Distribute m to x minus x1. And then our last step, we add or we subtract y to the other side. So the green steps are the exact same steps we just did. We're just doing a little pre-step, okay, where we have to find slope first. Okay. So our first example, number 7, we have -3, 7, and we have 1, -1. Okay, they've given me 2 points. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Okay, Antonio. Okay. We need to find my slope first. If I use the equation, y2, let me scroll up, y2 minus y1. So y2 is -1, minus y1, which is 7, x2 minus -3. Okay? I know, stay with me. Stay with me. Okay? This is using the formula, okay? Which I feel like when we did it first time around, Jaden, it was confusing to you. Is it still confusing to you? Okay. So what we've been doing recently is looking at how they change, and it's the same thing. I'm talking, guys. I'm trying to make this less confusing, okay? Because formulas, when there's a lot of them, can get confusing. But if we understand what slope is, okay, we don't have to memorize the formula, okay? Look at my y's. How did 7 turn into -1? Did it go down 8? 7 to -1. From 7 to, there we go. From 7, hold on. How did the first point change into the second point? 7 to -1, it went down 8, right? And then how did -3 turn into +1? Which is a +4 movement, right? See how it's the same thing? Negative 8 over 4. So you don't have to use the formula. If you like the formula, go for it. If you like that thought process better, use that thought process better. I like it better. I like seeing how things change. Okay? Regardless, we end up with negative 8 over 4, which is... What's negative 8 divided by 4? Negative 2. Okay? And that is your slope. Okay? And now we gotta do what we did on the front. It's okay. But
So basically, we're doing extra work for the
we're doing a little extra work. Yes. Okay? So now we're doing what we did earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we have 2 points. Do you think it matters which one we use? It does not matter which one you use. Okay? I don't care. Do you want to use negative 3, 7, or do you want to use 1, negative 1?
1, negative 1.
Sounds great. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to use 1, negative 1 for my equation. All right? So it's going to be y minus what?
1.
Plus 1. Good. Yes.
Oh, I would just make it 1 and do my plus 1 other. No. Yes. Or never
So
mind.
the
Never
y.
mind. Never
Okay.
mind.
Okay. What's on the other side of my equal sign?
Negative 8 over 1.
Which is negative 2.
Oh, yeah.
And then my parentheses is going to be x minus 1.
Wait. So how you doing? Oh, I see why that's
Okay. All right. We're going to distribute the negative 2. So y plus 1 equals negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. What's our last step?
Minus the negative 1.
Minus 1 from the 2 on the end. We get y equals
Negative 2x
plus 1. Good.
That's a lot of
So, don't be discouraged. I did do a little extra on 7. I showed you 2 ways to find slope, right? We're not going to find slope 2 ways each time. Okay? So, yes, there was a little bit extra going on there. Alright? Number 8, I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm going to stick to just how do the y's change divided by how do my x's change. Questions about 7? Okay, with number 8, finding my slope, I'm going to stick to looking at how do they change. Okay? So, Tyson, please stop. So my first point is negative 6, negative 7. My second point is positive 3, negative 4. Okay? Remember, this is x, y, x, y. So let's look at my y's. That's the negative 7 and the negative 4. How did they change? How did negative 7 go to negative 4? Leave your phone. How did negative 7 go to negative 4? Did I go up or did I go down? We went up how many? From 7 to 4. Yep, we went up 3. So we added 3 to my y's. Okay? Look at your x's. You went from negative 6 to positive 3.
So you went 9?
Up 9. Good. Positive 3 over positive 9. That simplifies to what? Almost. Flip it over.
Is it 3 over?
1/3.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
Oh, that is
Alright, we have found our m. So now we can use one of our points and get our problem set up. So again, we always have the y minus equals m. X minus, those pieces are always there. Alright, let's figure out a point. What point do you want to use? You want to do negative 6, negative 7, or 3, negative 4? Negative 6, negative 7? Doesn't matter. Here we go. So what's going to go up front? Y minus what? Y minus what?
Y minus -7.
Minus -7, so it changes to +7. Alright, what goes on the other side of my equal sign?
1/3.
There you go. And it's going to be x minus x minus Isaiah? What's the x? My x is what? Hold on. We're using this one. -6. So what's x minus -6? There you go. Alright, I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see this a little bit easier. Alright, step 2 tells me to distribute. So I'm going to distribute 1/3 to x and distribute 1/3 to 6. Okay. So we have y plus 7. 1/3 times x. 1/3 x, right? What is 1/3 times 6?
2.
6 over 3, which is 2. Did y'all see how he did that?
No.
Okay. He put 6 over 1. 1 times 6 gives you 6 on top. 3 times 1 gives you 3 on bottom. And then 6 divided by 3, that's where he got 2 from. Okay. Alright, what's our last step? What's our last step?
The answer.
How?
-7.
There you go. -7. So we get y equals 1/3 x, and then this over here is -5. Go ahead. Y'all are doing great. Okay. Are we stamp ready? We go to stop. We did what? We did 8 problems. That's not bad. 8 out of 12. All right, let's stop right here. Get your bell ringer out so I can stamp the back for your notes today.